Hey, friends, welcome, welcome. So, at the time of this recording, it is technically June 1st, 2026, and I'm doing the full moon in Sagittarius ceremony today. So, in technicality, this full moon landed on the very last day of May, May 31st, making it a blue moon because there were two full moons in the month of May. But if you know me, you know that I enjoy doing these types of ceremonies typically the day after. Because during the full moon, the energy is so amplified. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but especially when it comes to the new moon specifically, it's like we're letting the moon begin to grow as we're setting the intentions, right? Instead of setting intentions on an already empty moon. Not that there's a right or wrong way, but it's just a preference for me. And with the full moon, I also prefer to do it the day after as well, just because it helps to lower the intensity because sometimes the emotions of a moon can be a lot. So I just wanted to like open up with that so that you could have an understanding of it. So even though you may think that this is late, it's not. We're still under that influence of the energy of the moon. So I want to bring this forth to you now. So we're going to talk a bit about this moon, Sagittarius energy, full moon energy, blue moon energy, and then we're going to get into guided meditation. And also inside of the video description, there will be some journal prompts there for you as well that will correlate with the energies that are happening right now in this full moon vibe that we've got. So let's begin. So this full moon is coming in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius really doesn't spend a whole lot of time like looking down in the ground, kicking rocks. It wants to look forward to the horizon. It wants to ask, like, what's possible? What's next? What haven't I considered yet? And am I living according to what I truly believe? And because this is a full moon, it's not about planting seeds, it's about illuminating something. We're seeing something clearly. We're recognizing where we've outgrown old limitations and where we're being called into a bigger vision of ourselves. So, what is Sagittarius energy specifically asking of us? Sagittarius is the explorer of the zodiac. You know, if you know anything about zodiacs and whatnot, then you know that Sagittarius is the archer, always like looking for the target, looking for the truth, looking for um what is that undercurrent energy underneath everything? Because Sagittarius energy very much understands surface level things, but also understanding that there is deeper currents happening as well. But Sagittarius represents expansion, wisdom, truth, freedom, adventure, higher learning, faith. Sagittarius energy wants to grow, not necessarily like just a physical growth, but like spiritual growth, mental growth, personal growth, emotional growth. So this energy is really asking us, like, where have we become too small in our own lives? Like, where have we not allowed ourselves to flourish, or maybe stayed silent because keeping the peace felt like it was more important? But then ask yourself, was like, were you really keeping the peace? It's also asking, like, what beliefs are limiting what is possible for you? What truth are you ready to admit to yourself? Because Sagittarius at the end of it all is very much a truth seeker and not necessarily what the comfortable truth is, but like real truth. Now, as I've already stated, full moon energy is all about illumination. It's about shining a spotlight on something. And Sagittarius wants that spotlight on your beliefs, your perspectives, the possibilities, your future vision, and personal truths as well. So, this full moon energy may bring like sudden realizations, breakthrough moments, a desire to travel, learn, expand, or try something new, clarity around what is no longer aligned, and an urge to stop playing small. So people may feel restless in this energy. And it's not necessarily that there's a sign that there's something wrong, because sometimes restlessness is your soul recognizing that it's outgrown the container that it's been living in. So now we add in the layer of the blue moon. So, like I said, a blue moon happens when we experience two full moons within a month. And because they are less common, they've become associated with rare opportunities, accelerated growth, significant turning points, heightened manifestation energy, and major revelations. So, this doesn't mean something dramatic must happen, but it does mean that it is time to pay attention. Blue moons tend to amplify the message of whatever sign they're in, and Sagittarius already wants expansion, So this blue moon is specifically asking, like, what opportunity are you being invited toward that you've been taking yourself out of? And where are you being asked to trust your own growth as well? Now, in these gatherings, these ceremonies, I really do like to add in the layer of numerology of what's going on collectively as well, just because it adds another layer of understanding of what the energy is going through and what's happening within it as well. So this week, we're in a 5 week, a 7 month, and a 1 year. So when we are inside of five energy, it's really seeking freedom and change. So it wants like freedom, adventure, flexibility, change. And honestly, if I were to consider the numerology number and zodiac signs, like the five would absolutely represent Sagittarius. So these two energies, like basically they're BFFs, okay? They be fucking together for a long time. And together, what they're asking is like, where have you trapped yourself? Where are you craving more freedom? What changes are you resisting? Because this energy really is supporting new experiences, travel, learning, saying yes to opportunities, and breaking out of old routines. Now, this month in June, we're in a seven collective month as well. So, this is really about that reflection and the inner wisdom. And sometimes that can be combative towards the five energy because five wants to expand, change, and all of the things, whereas seven energy kind of wants you to sit down and relax and like just listen and be introspective, right? Because seven is introspective, it is representative of spiritual growth, wisdom, contemplation. So while Sagittarius may want to run toward the horizon, the 7 month is really asking, like, why? What's the deeper lesson? What's the deeper truth? So the 7 month really prevents Sagittarius energy from becoming reckless because that's sometimes what Sagittarius energy can do. So it's asking us to align our actions with our wisdom. Then now when we layer in the one energy for the collective year, this is about new beginnings, right? So it's the year of identity shifts, new chapters, leadership, independence, fresh starts. So Sagittarius naturally supports year one energy because both are future focused, and together they're like really looking at like who are you becoming, what beliefs support that version of you, because you can't create a new life or carrying an old story, or like the way that I like to say it is you can't open new doors with old keys, right? So in this energy specifically, when we layer in full moon, blue moon, Sagittarius, the numerology, you may notice that you feel symptoms of restlessness, excitement, a desire for more freedom, questioning your old beliefs, craving new experiences, feeling called toward learning or growth, realizing that you've outgrown something, and to feel hopeful about the future as well. And just like anything else, we also need to consider that the law of polarity is always going to exist. And this is like the light and the dark, the light and the shadow, the good and the bad, even though I don't like to label things good or bad, because I think that good or bad really does pertain on your perspective. Like you could be in the same room with somebody and you have a good experience and they have a bad experience because it's all just pertaining to perception, right? So the shadow side of Sagittarius can be very impulsive, preachy, avoidant of details, always chasing the next thing, and unwilling to sit with discomfort. So this full moon is really asking, like, are you expanding because you're growing, or are you expanding over here because you're avoiding something that's happening right in front of you over there? Growth is beautiful, and we need to really embody whatever is coming up for us in our growth. And sometimes the energy of Sagittarius wants to run. Okay. So this full moon isn't necessarily asking you to have all of the answers, but it is asking you to trust that there is more available to you than you are allowed, that then you've allowed yourself to believe anyway. So yeah, that's just like a really good high level overview of like what these energies are, what we're looking at, what we might be experiencing as well. So if leading up to the moon you've been having any of this happen, or even if it's continuing to happen now, just know that that's actually a really beautiful support that's happening through this moon energy. So, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to get ourselves ready and prepare for the guided meditation. And like I said, inside of the video description, there's going to be three journal prompts there for you. And what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to reflect on the journal prompts um, maybe before you do the meditation, just to have some things in mind coming into the meditation. But if that's not your jam and you're like, no, I'm here, I want to do the meditation right now, I don't want to pause, I don't want to stop, that's okay. Be here, be present if that's what's going on for you. And then maybe there will be some really good reflection that will happen outside of the meditation for you. So, either way that you do it, there's no right or wrong. Just my suggestion to do the journal prompts before coming into the meditation, just so that you have some idea or intention or um, uncovered something that maybe you need to release, let go of, move through within the meditation itself. So I'm going to go ahead and get some music going because I just love having some frequency music while we do these things. So let's get that. And as it's just beginning, I want you to start with some nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Close down the eyes. Let's just get really present in our body in this moment. Just as you are taking in those big deep breaths, I want you to remind your body that even if for just these next 10 to 15 minutes, can we just let go of the stress of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year, of the lifetime? Just let it all melt, even if it's just for these next several minutes that we're together, just so you can be fully present in the body and hopefully not have too much monkey chatter happening. Although, if monkey chatter is happening, it is okay. Just breathe deeply through it. And just as you are breathing and melting away that stress, if you do have any points of pain, discomfort, or tension, send that nice big breath right to those areas, whether that's like in your feet, your knees, your hips, your back, your shoulders, your jaw. Just visualize that breath being sent to it and just wrapping it in love. And as you are releasing it, it's just letting go of whatever it is that it's trying to hang on to. Are feeling relaxed and tension free, then just bring your breathing back to normal. So we're just going to stay here for a moment for those who may need an extra little bit of time to fully let the body release and be present. Beautiful. So we're going to kick off this journey with just a little bit of a grounding. I want you to feel the support beneath you, whether you're sitting in a chair and it's your feet on the floor, whether you're sitting directly on the floor, feeling that support through the root chakra, or maybe you're laying down in a bed and just feeling that full support of your bed or your couch or wherever it is that you may be laying. Just really feeling that support beneath you, feeling that breath moving in and out. And notice that even as you grow with that inhale of breath, you are still supported. And even as you expand, you are still grounded. Now, in your mind's eye, whether you see, sense, or know, I want you to imagine yourself standing on a hilltop. The sky is perfectly clear, the air feels fresh and crisp, and ahead of you is a vast horizon stretching further than you. This is the Sagittarius energy: possibility, potential, expansion. Now I want you to notice a backpack on your shoulders. And inside of this backpack are your old beliefs, the old limitations, old stories about who you are. And one by one, you begin to unpack them and remove them. Maybe you have a belief that's coming up saying that you're too old or you're too in your ways or you're too in your routines, that you're too late, that you're not ready, that it's not enough. Just going to set all of those stories down, take it out of the backpack. You no longer need to carry them. And as you are unpacking, you're feeling lighter and more liberated with each item that you take out of that bag. For some of you, it might be a little. For some, it might be a lot. And that's okay. Do your best to take each item out and lighten the load in your back. Now that the load in the backpack is much lighter, I want you to look up to the sky and notice a brilliant blue moon hanging there. Its light is shining down around you, not forcing, just simply illuminating. Allow its light to show you a possibility you've been afraid to believe in. Maybe it's a dream, a goal, a version of yourself. Regardless of what it is, just notice what appears in front of you. As that picture of a possibility appears in front of you, you begin to see a path reveal itself. And that path is leading toward that vision that you have. You may not see the entire path. Maybe you're only going to see one step ahead. Regardless, take that step. Feel yourself moving toward your future. Not perfectly, not fearlessly, but willingly. As you are traveling down this path, just notice your surroundings. Do you notice lots of trees, plants? Are there animals? Anything that might be trying to give you some sort of symbology as to maybe what guides are with you, or what are some of the things that we need to evaluate. There's no right or wrong whether there's anything showing up for you or not. Just allow it to be. Now I ask you to place your non-dominant hand on your heart space and just repeat silently after me. I am open to growth. I trust my journey. I am becoming more of myself. Nice big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just take a moment to notice the levity that's already within your energy and your body. Unpacking the bag, looking forward to your future. It feels exciting and new and wonderful. Just breathe that in. Beautiful. And when you are ready, just begin to let any visuals or knowings that are still happening to just slowly fade away. We're going to bring our bodies back into this present moment. We're going to wiggle our toes, wiggle our fingers. Only when you are ready, gently open your eyes. Beautiful. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back. So this Sagittarius blue moon, reminds us that growth begins the moment we stop arguing with our own potential. You don't need to exactly know how. You don't need every answer. You only need the willingness to take the next step. The horizon isn't calling you because you're lost. It's calling you because you've grown enough to see further than you could before. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I appreciate you. If you watched this entire thing and participated in the meditation, I would love to see the comments inside of the video. Like, what showed up for you? What did you unpack in your backpack? What are some things that showed up for you as you were walking down your new path? I'd love to hear all of that. And if you would ever like the opportunity to be here in the Zoom room with me as I perform these ceremonies, you'll need to join the Cosmic Glow Up Club. That's where we do all of these things live. And I will usually give some time then after to do some shares and to have just some community moments where we can be together and just share and express the experiences or maybe what's been going on so that we can just have this beautiful community because chances are you're going through it, somebody else in the space is as well. You can find the information inside of my link tree. There is a link inside of there that will take you to the application form for the Cosmic Glow Up Club if that is something that you're interested in becoming a part of. We would love to have you. All right. Thank you for joining. Have an incredible rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. And I am sending you so much love and light. Until next time. Bye.